My name is Charles Finney. I'm a senior political science student here at Washington State University.
I am Keagan Barnwell, a fourth-year construction management student here at Washington State University. Not with us today is Caleb Dalglish. He is a University of Chicago grad, also serving as our Chief Technical Officer. So what is the problem that REFRSH addresses? The problem is the screen time epidemic, and it's running rampant through Generation Z. According to Common Sense Media's survey, Generation Z, ages 11 to 26, spend an average of 7.4 hours per day looking at a screen. That's approximately 112 days per year. Otherwise said, a third of their lives. Upon doing some more research, we had a research interview with Dawn Marie, a leading mental health therapist for the U.S. Air Force, and she stated in a research meeting that, in my experience, excessive amounts of screen time has a direct correlation with depression and anxiety among teenagers. It truly is a screen time epidemic. The solution, REFRSH, a digital app. Now that might sound counterintuitive, an application trying to get people off their phones, but let me explain the Generation Z and let me walk you through the Generation Z experience when going in through the application. The REFRSH app, the teenager opens his screen. He can now start the REFRSH timer. His timer has now begun. He can be doing anything as hiking, exercising, anything without his phone, as all other phone functions are locked out during this time. He can then upload this screen, upload a photo of what he did and a caption to it to a feed where his peers can see. But his peers cannot see what he has done until they have refreshed for the day themselves. So in terms of our market opportunity, upon doing some research, according to a Pew Research Center survey, their survey group said 33% have attempted to spend less time on their phones, and 45% were aware but have not changed, don't have a reason to change like REFRSH. According to the iBiz World, the social network sites in the United States industry has $105 billion in revenue in 2022 and has seen continual growth since then. In terms of the other leading applications in our industry, Opal being the #1 screen time limiting application, it's a subscription, a monthly payment to get these data tracking and tools to get you off your screens. People pay a hefty fee just to see this. So this proves to us that people are wanting to get off their phones and looking for tools to do so. Be Real, a new application. This shows us that there is room in the market for this new and unique social media app to penetrate and really make a mark on this new market. So upon looking into our user engagement strategy, we looked at why people love social media so much. What is it? It is, we came across these three main aspects of encapsulament: the relevance, staying connected, and being able to compare yourself socially. So REFRSH allows for all three of these things. People stay relevant, seeing how their peers refreshed. They stay connected, seeing how their peers refreshed on the digital feed. And then they're able to compare themselves through digital leaderboards and encapsulating some self-betterment habits.
So you guys have heard of Opal and you've heard of Be Real. Opal is a digital discipline application. Be Real, on the other hand, is an authentic, social, in-the-moment application. REFRSH is the bridge of both of these. We offer a social digital detox. Upon doing some reviews of Opal and seeing that there was quite a few reviews talking about how it might offer too much detox. For instance, it's a pain to override if you actually need your phone. Now we are looking at some of Be Real's reviews. There was plenty of reviews saying it's too much screen time, that there's not a screen limiting function on the app. Plenty of parents and users are concerned about the excessive screen time, and they have to rely on other tools. REFRSH is the bridge that combines both of these proven applications. We are what Generation Z actually wants. Where they stop, we start. We're not just different, we are the missing link. A space where putting down your phone becomes a shared experience and not just a solo challenge. Here's where our competitive advantage comes in. At REFRSH, we offer 5 major functions. We offer a screen limiting function. Opal offers the same thing, however, Be Real does not. We offer authentic sharing. We offer leaderboards, a gamified detox, and social accountability. Opal and Be Real touch on many of these, but REFRSH handles them all. Our traction thus far. We are a registered limited liability company. We then created and tested a beta product that is in circulation at the Washington State University campus. We secured main advisory from the CEO of Democracy Live, which is the largest leading nation's voting technology company. We secured accounting support through CRB Solutions. We then went to local outfitters and secured distribution and advocacy from outfitters in our local Snoqualmie Valley, one of which was Compass Outdoors, which we had a close relationship with from years prior. They run an outdoor company that gets 10 to 14-year-olds outside biking, fishing, hiking, and they are using our beta product and seeing the reviews from their youth in the organization. So, speaking of reviews, what is our measured impact of REFRSH? Our real data and real voices that we've accumulated, over 20 WSU students have used our beta product for a span of 14 days. What we've seen in these 14 days is one, stress level decreases. Their screen time decreases. Their sleep quality and social interaction, however, increase. We asked each day out of these 20 students to rate their mood scale 1 to 10. Virtually every single student said that their mood was increasing each day using our REFRSH application. Our top 5 users on the application were primarily hiking, reading, and socializing. We combined this research and found over 80% of these users reported lower stress and improved mood after just 2 weeks of refreshing. We got multiple testimonies, one including, seeing my friends posting on REFRSH about their productivity encouraged me to start hiking again. Our market strategy. First, we secured local companies and outfitters, like we previously stated, that share our values of getting outside, being in the moment, being human again. We then secured athletic promotion at the Washington State, University of Washington, and University of Florida campus. We then started 2 ambassador programs at the Washington State University campus and the University of Washington campus, where they are promoting our beta product to testers at their product, taking in data. Our continual growth will come from outdoor influencers, like again, share our similar beliefs like the outfitters and local companies did. Then moving on to concerts and festivals, in which they want an engaged audience and being in the moment and really taking in the entirety of the event. We have in-application market strategies as well, such as Challenge a Friend, which is a gamified accountability feature. We have leaderboards where users can see where they rank amongst each other and see their detox streak. We also have a kind self-betterment prompt. If you've been doom scrolling all day on TikTok or Instagram, as we all sometimes have the flaw to do, or you're encapsulated with The Office or Friends or whatever show you've been watching, you get a polite notification, are you ready to refresh for the day?
So getting into our revenue model and financial projections, originally we're going to be looking for some brand partnerships. This will be with companies with aligned values. This can look something like sponsored challenges where both REFRSH and that corporation are both benefiting from it. In terms of our monetization strategy, we're going to adopt the freemium business model, priced at around $3.99 per month for exclusive app features, analytics, multiple posts per day, things along those lines. In terms of our revenue, we're expecting around 1,300 paid subscribers in year 1 with revenue around $62,000. We're expecting 5,200 paid subscribers in year 2 with around $250,000 in revenue. And then in year 3, we're expecting 12,000 paid subscribers with around $675,000 in revenue. In terms of our funding and our strategies, we broke it up into 4 stages: launch, scale, optimize, and growth. So launch right now, year 1, we're looking for a pre-seed lean round of $75,000. That'll allow us to fully develop our application, get our initial go-to launch marketing strategy, get our lean marketing out, and prove our concept to carry on into year 2, scale. In year 2 and 3, we're looking for $500,000 to expand our team, get aggressive user growth marketing, continue to improve our data infrastructure, and enhance our monetization strategy. In year 4, we're looking to optimize. That amount is to be determined based on business. We're looking to optimize retention, grow our staff, expand into new features or markets. And then in year 5, that's our growth stage. We're looking to monetize at scale, get new partnerships, and possibly look into new geographic locations and user expansion.
5 minutes remaining.
Right now, our management team consists of me, Charles Finney. I'm the executive officer and co-founder. Keagan Barnwell, he's the chief operating officer and co-founder. Caleb Dalglish, who is our chief technical officer. Brian Finney is our executive mentor. Joe Brotherton, who was just recently named one of Seattle's most influential business leaders, is our business development advisor. And Island Pinnock is our chief technical advisor.
So you ask, why REFRSH? Why invest in us? Well, let me tell you. Ever since the year 1995, when Netscape first went public, everyone on the internet's goal has been to drive eyeballs, get as many people on screens for as long as possible, because that's what drove revenue. REFRSH is the first to take a step in the other direction. We are not just an app, but we are a movement.
Within our lifetime, we have been on the forefront of 2 major epidemics. The first, COVID-19. This, fortunately, is now on the retreat. The second being the screen time epidemic, which is growing more rampant every day, fostering anxiety and depression in many teenagers. With REFRSH, please help us save a generation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now let's open it up to Q&A from the judges. We have 10 minutes for that. Judges, do you have any questions for them?
How are you going to get, and maybe you go back to the growth slide, like what's your plan for growth? Like it's tough to get people to try new things, get exposed to new things. Yeah, what's your plan for that?
Yeah, so right now we have our growth is primarily coming from our beta testing product, which, as you can see, the reviews have been excellent. We're going to continue to grow that through athletic promotions. Right now, friends and family, which will be willing to promote that through their social media platforms, and also then through outdoor influencers who have such a wide encapsulation over their followers. And if an outdoor influencer is promoting our product, saying this is benefiting them, it'll encourage plenty of impressionable teenagers to try new things. And when they look up to someone like an athlete or an outdoor influencer who we may be providing funding or just a family friend, they will be more swayed to try out our application.
Did I miss that? Might have been part of the slide. I just
We can't see your slide right
Okay.
now.
Okay. Let me reshare. Sorry.
Yeah, that'd be great just to.
Yes. So here's that slide. Okay.
Yep. So right here we have athletic promotion and outdoor influencers, as well as right now the local companies and college ambassadors are promoting our beta product, and we're getting feedback from that. Then our continual growth will come primarily from those outdoor influencers that share our like-minded values.
Do you have any of that initial data, or is it still a bit early on that? Like just the numbers and growth?
Yeah, I believe that's on the. Is this the data that you're looking for? This was so far our user experience with 20 WSU students testing our beta product over a 2-week span. They're still using it and providing feedback to us, and then taking that feedback and coding it back at University of Chicago, where our development is being done. But is this the information that you're looking for?
No, so this was great in just talking about the need. And I actually wrote in my comments that I love that you were getting real feedback. I was just wondering, is that increasing over time, or what's happening? And just kind of seeing like a trend over time of adoption is what I was looking for. So
Yep.
Yeah, and we truly believe in the results, and that's why we really focus in on these results. Is we truly believe that once this app is tried, it will not be put down. We believe that self-betterment is becoming trendy, and it is people are engaging in it, and we are truly planning on spending this $75,000 in funding on further marketing into these outdoor influencers and stuff like that. We have not necessarily tested the user growth with our beta. We've more just been testing the results and proving our concept.
Yes, sir.
I have a great presentation, guys. Great idea. This was one that I was excited about.
Thank you.
Really, really cool idea. A couple of questions. One on the free versus freemium. Are you guys planning on launching with the freemium option? And the reason I ask that is, it's very much, the model's out there, right? How did Facebook grow? Get it on campus, get it in everybody's hands, get all the users signed up. And I think, through that slide where you were talking about the ways that you're going to market this, word of mouth is going to be huge for this. And so getting people on, getting people into the platform, saying, hey, where's your phone? I don't have it. I'm on a refresh right now. Being able to grow that way organically is where this thing could really, be lightning in a bottle and really take off. So I guess I'll get to my question there is launching with that price. What does that price get you versus the free option?
So yeah, it's similar to like there's Snapchat Plus. Be Real just rolled out their exclusive kind of freemium model. And as you said, are we going to launch with that? That's not entirely in the books yet. As there's, as you know, in the social network sites, there's some of these apps go 4 or 5 years without ever seeing revenue. But what that's going to unlock is like more posts per day, exclusive analytics. You get to see maybe influencers post, things along those lines. There's been great success at Be Real kind of implementing that. So that's what that $3.99 per month would get them. We kind of met in the middle between Snapchat's price at like, I believe they're at $2.99 per month, and Be Real's more at like $4.99. So we met in the middle, and that's where we priced out at $3.99 per month. But that is all subject to change.
Cool. Yeah, I think that answers it. And then my second question, won't take too much time, but I love that the look of that feed. And I'm just thinking of other ways of monetization and being able to have some sort of, right there, like the ability to, take the Google model or something like that and be able to have businesses come in and, every 10 or every 5 or however much, distribution you want to provide for advertisers, but being able to say, come refresh it, come refresh at this place and get 20% off. Right. And be able to have an ad platform that allows the user to like figure out where they're going to refresh. What are my buddies doing today? Where should I go? And then be able to like tag people in that and say, hey, let's meet up here. Let's 90-minute refresh at this place.
So if you don't mind me speaking on that briefly. So there's a Compass Outdoors in Snoqualmie Valley that is a very prominent 10 to 14 age group. And right now they are giving out this beta product and in hopes that will be where that leads, where we refreshed at Compass Outdoors hiking with our advisors for X amount of time. So that's where they're hoping that leads, and that's where we're hoping that leads. And that's exactly what I believe you're stating on.
Great.
I have 2 quick questions and then a kind of longer question.
Awesome.
First of all, awesome. I'm like, for social, like I was like, social media for getting off your phone, but the idea is really compelling. Honestly, it's cool.
Thank you.
When was the last time you talked to Shred?
Yeah, so we talked to Shred about 6 months ago. That's once again, that's in the Snoqualmie Valley.
Shred is the one up in Spokane area. We've talked to them, and I know they were going through rebranding. They were changing their name when we last talked to them. But it's been probably 6 months or so. This has kind of been in the works for a while.
Okay. Who do you see as your indirect competitors? And you talked about Opal and Be Real, but do you guys identify kind of anything else that's an indirect competitor in the space?
So I don't know if you've heard of Brick. We've seen Brick also. They're kind of also a limiting time. And there's all these screen limiting things, and that's great. People do love to do that. But what we kind of noticed is people in our generation they want people to know that they're getting off their phone, right? Like they want people to know that they're out on a hike, or they want people to know that they're out at the gym. So we add the social aspect to these kind of screen limiting features.
Cool. And then last thing is, how did you get those beta users? I think it's awesome you have beta users. That's really great traction. So I was wondering if you could talk about like your strategies that you've used to get the current traction you've gotten, and if any of those are like scalable, like you can show that, hey, we'll be able to capture more customers in those ways, or if the growth strategies are going to be relatively unproven other than that other apps have done it.
Yep. So to address that first one, how did we get these beta users originally? We've been at this university now for 4 years, so half of them came through our friends that were willing to use this application, and then we got 5 from my political science cohort and 5 from his construction management cohort that we've grown relationships with, and we were able to stay in contact with them daily and track that data, and they've been willing to use it, and they, like you said, have continued to use it, but we will provide more data on that as the beta product continues to grow.
To that point, I was writing my comments of like what I think is missing and what would be really helpful. And I think tracking daily active users, like you've done a good job of getting this cohort of people that are testing it for you, independently tracking how many of them are using it on a daily basis. I want to see how many of them are sticky, right? How sticky is the product, right? So let's say you've, between your friend network and people that you just know that are going to do it as a solid, let's say you have 50 of them. Of the 50, how many of them use it every day? Because even if you're bugging people, if they're actually using it, like if you had 10% of your people, let's say 5 out of your 50 or whatever your data is, that are using it every day, it's like, oh,
yeah,
it's right. And then if you grow your daily active users over time, that's something that can translate and scale. And then you could tell an investor or somebody, it's like, hey, this is sticky. We've got it to, let's say you get a year from now, 250 people, and of the 250 people using it, we're still sitting at 10, 15% of those become daily active users. Then that's like, ooh, this is sticky. People are using it. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. People might to keep using. That's just kind of where I would go in terms of your analytics and measurement and growth metrics. I think you're going to need those relatively quickly to as you keep evolving this. Just
Yep.
One more minute.
We appreciate that, and we should have quantified that. However, we have had half of the users continue to use it as we brought it back to University of Chicago to recode a lot of the feedback.
Oh, and this isn't a judgment. This is just a giving you It's like, it's not a yes, no, it's a, hey, how are we measuring it? How is that growing? And being very specific in your measurement, it'll be helpful for you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, we might have maybe 30 seconds left or something, but if I could make a quick suggestion, I think you touched on something really, really well, as in this generation wants everybody to kind of know that they're putting down their phones. And it kind of goes along the lines of, right now, what I'm seeing is people that are using this app are going to be able to see that their friends are refreshing. If you could tap into something with your app where, when you go put your iPhone on Do Not Disturb and you send a text message, you get an auto text back that says, so-and-so's phone is on Do Not Disturb. Do you want to notify anyway? If there were a way for me to text you or text Ed and say, all of a sudden I get a text back that says, hey, Ed is refreshing, and that link is something I can click on, you might be able to tap into a market that doesn't know about Refresh yet, and you might be able to contact or reach out, kind of expand that ripple a lot further than where it is. Really good free marketing. So just an idea for you guys moving forward, but great presentation. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Thank you.